Rain swept the city in heavy sheets as Grace and Leonard Hughes stepped out of a cab in front of Layden's Prime, one of the most exclusive restaurants in the downtown district. Their coats were soaked through, their shoes worn, and grey hair clung damply to their faces. Yet there was a quiet dignity in how they stood hand in hand, composed, unbothered by the stares they drew. Inside, warm light gleamed off polished marble floors and gold fixtures. Laughter floated over $80 in trees. At the host stand, Cole Layton, the owner himself, spotted the couple as they entered the lobby. He took one look at their modest attire, the water pooling at their feet, and gave a tight smile. "There's a diner about 4 blocks down," he said, keeping his tone light. "Might be more your style but easier on the wallet." Grace's smile didn't falter. "Thank you," she said quietly, and turned to leave. Leonard hesitated just a second longer, locking eyes with Cole, his gaze steady and unreadable. Then he followed his wife out into the rain. No one in the restaurant thought much of it. But a young woman at a nearby table, food blogger Ava Blake, had filmed the exchange on her phone. She hadn't meant to catch anything controversial, just some ambient footage for a review. But something about the way the couple left, proud and silent, unsettled her. She uploaded a short clip that night with the caption, "Is this how we treat elders now?" It exploded. By the next morning, thousands were sharing it. Comments flooded in, many expressing outrage, but some noticing something else. The man in the video looked a lot like retired Judge Leonard Hughes, known for landmark rulings in civil rights law. Ava did some digging. Within hours, she confirmed it. Not only was it him, but he and Grace were once co-founders of a restaurant chain that had long since changed names, changed owners, and become Layden's Prime. Maya, the restaurant's head server, had worked there for years. When she saw the video and started connecting the dots, who they were, what they meant, guilt settled into her bones. She'd seen things over the years. Guests turned away subtly. Unspoken rules about who fit the image. She had stayed quiet until now. Corporate got involved fast. Cole tried to erase the footage, delete the logs. But Maya had already made a backup. When a lawyer for the restaurant group called requesting a meeting, he didn't mention PR. He asked for reservation records, security footage, Cole's emails. He asked for proof of how guest image influenced seating. And then came the press conference. Grace and Leonard arrived without fanfare, no cameras in tow, no entourage. Just the same quiet presence, the same steadiness. Cole's face went pale the moment he saw them seated in the front row next to board members, next to lawyers. When he stepped to the podium to issue his apology, it was clear it had been written by someone else. "We were fully booked," he insisted. "We treat every guest with respect." Then Grace stood up. "No script. No need. My husband and I co-founded this restaurant chain decades ago," she said. "We helped build it when we weren't even welcome in half the city's dining rooms. We didn't come in looking for special treatment. We came to see if the values we fought for still existed. They didn't." You could have heard a pin drop. Cole was removed that day. His emails full of language about demographic management and protecting the brand became public. Maya was offered the role of general manager. The restaurant was quietly renamed Hughes and Lane, the original name buried under years of branding. But the damage was done. And so was something else. A movement started across the city, and beyond. People sharing stories of being turned away. Of being looked at, measured, and silently excluded. And through it all, Grace and Leonard remained calm, gracious, steady. "It's not about us," Leonard said during one interview. "It's about who gets seen. And who doesn't." At the reopening of the restaurant, Grace requested no ceremony. Just a full dining room. People from all walks of life. No dress code. No assumptions. She and Leonard took a seat by the window. The same table they had once been denied. This time, their coffee was poured with a smile. And across the room, no one turned away.